1, 2, 3. Drivers, start your engines!
Past turn 4 before he goes. And now he goes, but not so well, as Jamie Sullivan in the 15 is the one that takes out to an early lead on the outside line. And Chris Robo had a little trouble picking up speed, has a little trouble keeping the car going straight, going around turn 2. At 40 car, Miguel Mendoza Jr. sneaking in and taking second place. Chris Robo drops back to third. Nathan Rahi in the 25R is currently running fourth. All right, it's Jamie Sullivan in the 15, going kind of gingerly as all 4 of the cars go kind of gingerly through turns 3 and 4, pushing up high. All make it through. We're racing. Jamie Sullivan is leading. Robo pushing way up high and haven't hit the brakes going through turn 4. That cost him a little bit. Nathan Rahi in the 25R now looking on the inside to take third place away. And Rahi in the 25R does do just that. He moves into third. Track looks a little slick. People are going up high trying to find some grip. And it looked like they're starting to find it now between 3 and 4. As Jamie Sullivan continues to lead. Miguel Mendoza in the 40 running second. Jamie Sullivan getting a little loose coming out of turn 4. Slows down to get the car back under control. That opens the door for Miguel Mendoza Jr. in the 40 to take the lead, but Jamie Sullivan's got it back under control and looking underneath Miguel Mendoza Jr. All right, it's Miguel Mendoza Jr. in the 40, in the lead. Jamie Sullivan 15, running second. Nathan Rahi running third in the 25R. And we got one up at into the wall coming in through turns 3 and 4. That is Miguel Mendoza Jr. in the 40. Pushed up a little too high and took that car up into the wall. She picks it up just coming out of turn 4. We've got green flag. We've got racing. All right, Chris Robo in the 16 has to slow down to get the car back under control. Going through turns number 2. That opens the door for the number 11 car of Noah Van Blarkum. He moves in the third spot. Jamie Sullivan is still your leader. She comes by. Nathan Rahi, 25R second, and Van Blarkum in the 11 now third. All right, rolling by the start-finish line this time. The field gets 2 to go. 2 more laps in this one. And Jamie Sullivan in the 15 is your leader. Nathan Rahi in the 25R running second. Third place now falls to the number 11 car of Noah Van Blarkum. There's your white flag. 1 more lap to go. And it's a little crazy back there for third spot, but holding on right now is the number 11 of Noah Van Blarkum. Chris Robo in the 16. He's having his troubles keeping that car going around the curves. We got one spun around. That is Dwayne McWhirter in the 10E. We have caution on the track. There she goes. We're away. We're racing. 2 laps to go. Nathan Rahi trying the down low side. He wasn't able to make it stick. Jamie Sullivan works that high side, gets around him, and she is back in the lead. Nathan Rahi drops back to second again. Third place is Van Blarkum. We got 1 lap to go. White flag showing this time by. And Nathan Rahi once again trying to move under Sullivan over in turn 1 and 2, and he's the one that spins out. And that is going to open it wide open for a win for the number 15 car, Jamie Sullivan. Here she comes. Jamie Sullivan in the 15 takes the win. Second Langford in the 88W leads them on around. We got a green flag, and we're going to turn them loose. All right, with a shot on the outside is the 22 of Zachary Calhoun, as the 9W of Roy Walker pushes up coming out of 2, and that kind of gets some people stacked up behind him and lets the 2 leaders break away. Is Zachary Calhoun in the 22, 88W, Jason Langford. There are your leaders. Roy Walker in the 9W, he has 3rd place. 5A, Eric Rahi, that is generally a very fast car, even though he's having a little trouble negotiating through turns 1 and 2. But fast or not, his work is cut out for him, because up front, stepping on out is Zachary Calhoun in the 22, and right in tow is the 88W of Jason Langford. All right, it's Rahi in the 5A. He moves into 3rd spot. And we have a new leader now, looks like, as 88W of Jason Langford now takes over Calhoun, dropping back to 2nd place. Eric Rahi in the 5A is in 3rd and hoping for a caution so he can catch up with those 2 leaders up front. All right, there's Langford. He's your leader. There's Zachary Calhoun in the 22. He's 2nd. And here comes Eric Rahi in the 5A. He has 3rd. All right, Langford in the 88 starting to step that lead on out. Of course, now he's falling in behind a slower car in the 9W of Roy Walker. See if that holds him up. Let Zachary Calhoun catch up a bit. Meanwhile, Eric Rahi back in 3rd place, a full half a lap behind your 2 leaders. And he is hoping for a caution, but he's only got 2 more laps for that to happen as the field gets 2 to go this time by. All right, Langford in the 88 stuck behind the 9. 9 gets real slow and pushes up out of turn 4. That allows Zachary Calhoun to catch up a little bit, but is it enough? As we have 1 more lap to go. And Zachary Calhoun does a spin out of turn 2, and well, that's a big problem for him, but he still has 2nd place if he can get it going. There's your winner, Jason Langford in the 88W. All right, the green flag is waving. And now the Bombers are going. Jumping in a hurry is the 4W of Ricky Rogers, and he takes off on the outside line. The outside line seems to be the fast way to get going so far tonight, as the outside cars have grabbed the lead early in each one of our races so far. 88 Alexis Hendricks pushing up way high over in turn 2, but she's still got it on the track, and she's still rolling. Up front is the 4W of Ricky Rogers. He leads around for lap number 1. At 21T, that is Tyler Gilpin. He's a new car out, the 6S. That belongs to TJ Sullivan. And yes, we've seen that car run in the pure stock before, but stepping down in class now to run it as a bomber. All right, here comes your leader, Ricky Rogers, second place. Gilpin, third place. Sullivan. And back now, the 88, doing a little smoking. And the 151 of Jeff Norriskow. Seems to be having a little trouble getting that car running straight on a consistent basis. All right, it's getting tight up front. Your leader, Ricky Rogers in the 4W. He's getting a challenge now from TJ Sullivan in the 6S. TJ Sullivan, an experienced racer, dropping down to race with these more inexperienced drivers. 21T Tyler Gilpin drops back to third as Sullivan looks on the inside now of Ricky Rogers in the 4W. All right, TJ Sullivan in the 6S. He's looking on the inside of Ricky Rogers for the lead. Looks like it's going to happen on the backstretch. We have a new leader, the 6S, TJ Sullivan. Ricky Rogers dropping back to second. Third is still Tyler Gilpin. All right, got caution. Here we go.
Wow. Is it going?
Going, sort of. As good as they go, I guess, although I don't know what TJ's doing racing with these guys. He's got a great advantage over them. There's your leader in the 6, TJ Sullivan, second place. 4W, Ricky Rogers, third place. 21T, that is Tyler Gilpin. All right, class getting 2 to go this time by, 2 to go. And we've got a challenge for second place as both of them having a little trouble keeping the cars going straight, but they are still racing each other for second place. That is Ricky Rogers in the 4W and the 21T of Tyler Gilpin. Both of them having a little problems going through. Yes, it is. All right, we got a white flag. It's waving for TJ Sullivan as he goes by in the 6. Ricky Rogers, 4W. He's got second. Third is Tyler Gilpin in the 21T. And that's the way we run. As Tyler stirs up a little dust, getting up close to the wall, but not hitting it. This is your last lap. And here's your winner. Checkered flag time for TJ Sullivan in the 6. 5 days sponsored by Comfort Air. All right, here we go. Turn them loose. Let's go racing. All right, breaking out early. That's the 14 car of David Sheffield. The 17 of Don Yoakum, though, closing in on him as we go through turns 3 and 4. Followed by the 5A of Abel Solis. And, of course, the ever-present 77 of G.B. Carter, the 4-cylinder racing legend of South Texas. All right, we have a challenge for third place, and it now goes to G.B. Carter as we go down the back stretch. G.B. Carter in the 77 moves into third. Up front, it is still the 14 of David Sheffield. Don Yoakum in the 17 running second. G.B. Carter now pulling up on the back bumper of Yoakum and taking a look on the outside to get around Don Yoakum in the 17. And looks like successfully completed by G.B. Carter as he now takes over second place and sets his sight on the 14 car of David Sheffield. And GB Carter going up high, but David Sheffield pushed up kind of high himself, but nonetheless, GB Carter takes over first place. Sometimes GB Carter spots these guys a few laps before he goes at it, but tonight he's all business. He's from the get-go, from the green flag, turned it loose and going for the lead. We have a challenge now. Good race going on for second spot as Sheffield in the 14 getting a challenge on the inside from Don Yoakum in the 17. Looks like Yoakum going to make that work as he takes over second down the back stretch. All right, GB Carter not fooling around, stepping it on out. Don Yoakum in second. Third place is David Sheffield in the 14. We got him racing side by side here in the back of the pack. Well, maybe not side by side, as Abel Solis puts a lap on the 68 of Braden Becker. Solis in fourth. All right, GB Carter out for a Saturday evening drive with a big lead. Don Yoakum in the 17, running second. Third is David Sheffield in the 14. All right, 2 laps to go. Being signaled to GB Carter in the 77. Here comes Don Yoakum in the 17. He's running second. Here's your third place car, the 14 of David Sheffield. 2 more laps. All right, that white flag means one more time around for GB Carter in the 77, and GB not fooling around. He has a good half lap lead. All right, here's your checkered flag for your winner, 77 GB Carter. Ready or not, let's go racing. All right, jumping out quick. That's the 33 car, Brian Updike. Jumping out to a quick early lead, the 71. That is the truck of Bubba Ford. And running third, that is the 35 of Joshua Updike. All right now it's all about Brian Updike in the 33 as he's stepping it on out. Bubba Ford in the 71 trying to keep close enough. Third spot is the 35 of Joshua Updike, but the 50 of Jeffrey Wyman starting to close in on him. All right, first and second starting to pull away from the other 3 in the back of the pack as we have a challenge now for third spot. 35 getting a little squirrely coming out of turn 4. That opens up the door for Jeffrey Wyman in the 50 car. And also opens the door for Debbie Metcalf in the 94 to move up a spot. So here's your leader, 33. That is Brian Updike, second place, Bubba Ford in the 71. And then we're going to have to wait a while until the third place car rolls past. Waiting. Oh, here it comes. That is the number 50. Jeffrey Wyman has third spot. All right, your leader's coming by. Brian Updike, 71. Bubba Ford maybe pulling him in a little bit. Here's your third place runner, the 50 of Jeffrey Wyman. All right, over between 3 and 4, the 71 of Bubba Ford, the pickup. He's done caught up to Brian Updike. Let's see if he can do anything with him now that he's caught him. As we have a slow driver getting away a little bit. Both of the leaders get past him. That's the 35 car of Joshua Updike having problems down the backstretch. Bubba Ford in the 71, he's going to make a look on the outside. Yeah, it's way up high, maybe a little too high. As we have the 35 car heading for the infield, now heading back on the track. And the 33, once again, Brian Updike starting to pull away a little bit from the 71 of Bubba Ford. Two to go, this time by, given to your leader, the 33 of Brian Updike. Here comes the second place car. Number 71, so they say the second place truck of Bubba Ford. And we got a third place car out there somewhere. Oh wait, there it is. Number 50, Wyman is running third. White flag. It's out. It's for the 33 car, Brian Updike. He's got one more lap to go. So does the 71 of Bubba Ford. And there's no real challenge here. We pretty much know who's going to win this. Here comes your winner in the 33. That is Brian Updike of Corpus Christi. They bring it around. They're ready to go. So we have a green flag. Let's do some racing. All right, it's Maklicek out front, but Stephen Whitaker in the 89C already up to second place. And David Shurey in the 38 running third. All right, could get interesting in a battle for the lead. Marcus Maklicek in the 87. He's got Stephen Whitaker right behind him, or was right behind him going into turn 4. Whitaker pushed up way high, had to slow it down to get the car under control. He drops back. David Shurey in the 38 holding on to third. All right, here's Maklicek, Whitaker, Shurey running 1, 2, 3. As Stephen Whitaker trying to catch back up to Marcus Maklicek. Had a run on him there a couple laps ago, but couldn't make it work as he's pushed way up high coming out of turn 4 and lost a lot of momentum. But he's definitely tracking Marcus Maklicek in the 87. All right, Maklicek in the 87. He's starting to pull away from Stephen Whitaker. He knows he's got a fast racer behind him, and he's not fooling around. He's putting the medal down. All right, 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go this time, bye. All right, Marcus Maklicek in the 87 just wants to run it smooth. There's your white flag for Marcus Maklicek. Stephen Whitaker in the 89C running second. Third place, David Shurey in the 38. And looks pretty well set because the next time by, we're going to say the same 3 in the same order, looks like. As Marcus Maklicek pulling away from Stephen Whitaker. There's your checkered flag. It is Marcus Maklachek in the 87 taking the win. Second place goes to Stephen Whitaker. All right, they're coming around slow. Coming into turn 4. Now it's time to go. And Ray Shulman is gone. He has the lead in the 2R. Hector Aguirre in the 161. He's battling Brock Bowen in the 56 for second place. And Brock Bowen in the 56 pushing way up high in turn 4. That's going to cost him as he drops back 3 spots now. His second place goes to Hector Aguirre. Third place now is Dustin Butcher in the 90K. Up front is Ray Shulman in the 2R. He is taking off. Second place, Hector Aguirre. Third, Dustin Butcher. Fourth, Brock Bowen. 23, Kevin Schilling. There's some fast cars in this group. Could be a fun race. Dustin Butcher now looking under Hector Aguirre. He's got his eyes on a second spot. See if he can hold that line coming through 4. As the 2 cars get together, and that's going to be bad. You can see that. Do it! Here we go! Green flag. All right, once again, Sid Shulman in the 2R taking off quick. Brock Bowen in 56 falling right behind him. And Schilling in the 23 says, don't forget about me, boys. And Brock Bowen, once again, having a little problem getting through turn 4. Pushes way up high. He's able to hold on to second place, but gives up a lot of space on the track to the 2R of Ray Shulman. All right, Ray Shulman rolling by with the lead. The battle right now is second place. Brock Bowen in the 56. He's trying to hold off the 23 of Kevin Schilling. Brock Bowen trying to drive it in hard in between 3 and 4, trying to make up some ground on Shulman in the lead. All right, the field gets 2 laps to go. This time by 2 more laps. Brock Bowen is slowly catching Shulman, but I don't think he has enough time, but we'll see. Shulman just wants to run it smooth from here on in because he's got 1 more lap to hold that lead. All right, Bowen's closing in. He may have something for him in 3 and 4. Let's see. He drives it in hard, but it's not going to be enough. Here comes your winner, 2R, Ray Shulman with a victory. Brock Bowen running second, third place. And there it is. Here we go. Let's go racing. All right, jumping out quick. That is the 88W of Jason Langford. All right, going with him now, tracking him in second place is the 22 car of Zachary Calhoun. And we pick up speed just coming into turn 4. We're ready to go racing, and here we go. And once again, it's Jason Langford on the outside with a lot of momentum. Goes charging into turn 1 with the lead, but going right with him is the 22 of Zachary Calhoun. And they're racing side by side down the back stretch. And once again, a bunch of cars having problems with turn 4. We got a big stack up over in turn 4, and that will bring a caution flag. Langford in the 88W. He leads him around to the green. We're racing. All right, once again, it's Zachary Calhoun in the 22 is the one tracking the 88 of Jason Langford as he runs second. Jamie Sullivan in the 15 has third. And Calhoun pushes up pretty high out of turn 2, but Jamie Sullivan unable to take advantage as she loses the back end coming out of 2. And now it's Jason Langford with a problem in the 88W as he pushes way up high going through turn 2. That's going to cost him the lead as Zachary Calhoun in the 22 takes over the first spot. All right, it's Zachary Calhoun, Jason Langford, Jamie Sullivan, Eric Rahi in the 5 now has 4th place. And Zachary Calhoun in the 22 looks like he means business. He's starting to take it on out. As we got a couple of them with problems up in turn number 4. That is Roy Walker in the 9 with a problem, but he's away, he's running, and we're still green. Jamie Sullivan is now taking over 2nd place from Jason Langford. Langford trying to fight back. And Jamie Sullivan with a big time problem as she goes up to the wall in turn 4. And here we go. Let's do some racing now. All right, Zachary Calhoun out quick. Jason Langford in the 88W 2nd. 3rd place is the 25R of Nathan Rahi as we have a problem over in turn 4. No, looks like we're getting through turn 4. And maybe not. He says it's time to go. Let's do it. All right, we got problems over in turn 2, as that looks like one of the Rahis. Green flags waving, we're racing. All right, everybody, hold it together now. We're coming up to that turn 4. Hold it together. Well, it wasn't easy, but looked like we made it all the way through turn 4 that time. Meanwhile, up front, it's Zachary Calhoun in the 22. 2nd place is Eric Rahi in the 5A. 3rd is Jason Sandoval in that 69 car. And once again, we have a problem up in turn 4, and it looks like the 16 of Chris Robo this time with a problem, and the 11 of Noah Van Blarkum stopping to keep from hitting him. But no major damage done, and we're still racing. It's still Zachary Calhoun in the 22, but he's got Eric Rahi in the 5A right on his back bumper, and Jason Sandoval in the 69 is running a strong 3rd. All right, it's starting to get interesting for the top spot as you see Jason Langford in the 88W coming back on the track. As Eric Rahi in the 5A got up close to Calhoun, Zachary Calhoun in the 22. And Calhoun has been very cautious going around turn 4. That has allowed Rahi to catch up to him. But on the backstretch, Zachary Calhoun seems to pull away on a consistent basis. As we got one zigzagging down the front of the race, that is Chris Robo in the 16. He finally gets it under control. Zachary Calhoun in the 22 has the lead. Eric Rahi in the 5A is running 2nd, but we've got another player coming into the game. 69, Jason Sandoval. He's running a strong 3rd as once again up against the wall over in turn 4 is Chris Robo. That's a familiar sight. He gets away. He's still running. And Chris Robo once again rams it into the wall. And we got a couple more that say he can do it, I can do it too. And we got 3 of them that go to the pits. And here comes a green flag. And here we go racing one more time. All right, Zachary Calhoun out quick. Eric Rahi in the 5A falling right behind him. The man making the move on the inside right now is Nathan Rahi in the 25R. And all right, here we come. Turn 4. Can everybody make it this time? And the entire field makes it through turn 4. Woohoo! Now we're racing. All right, down the backstretch, it's Zachary Calhoun with Eric Rahi in tow. 69 of Jason Sandoval runs third. Nathan Rahi is battling Shiloh Flanagan Broadenax for fourth. We have a white flag out. That means this is the last lap. And Eric Rahi in the 5A coming up to try and challenge Zachary Calhoun. All right, Zachary Calhoun looks like he's got a safe lead as he comes around turn 4. Eric Rahi in the 5A right behind him. There we go. There's the checker. That is for Zachary Calhoun. Second place, Eric Rahi in the 5A. Third is Jason Sandoval in the 69. And it took a little doing, and we're away and racing. Here we go. All right, out quick is Ricky Rogers in the 4W. As you notice, TJ Sullivan has dropped back to the very back, and I guess he wants to give these other drivers a bit of a sporting chance as he takes off now from position of shotgun. And uh-oh. Turn 4 claims another one. 22, Sierra Smith right into the wall, and she's still rolling, and we're still racing. Ricky Rogers in the 4W off with a quick lead. Number 151, that's Jeff Norskow. He's running second. Third spot is the 21 of TJ Gilpin. All right, you guys are living dangerous going up high in turn 4, so it would appear, as we have one spun around in turn 4, as problems continue there, as it's TJ. Is young Tyler Gilpin in the 21T. And here we go. We got green flag. We got racing. All right, up front we got 3 cars breaking away. On the outside it's Ricky Rogers. On the inside, Jeff Norskow. Watching to see what develops is TJ Sullivan. And once again, it's Tyler Gilpin having his challenges getting through turn 4, but he's managed it as we got him stacked up down the back stretch. It's Rogers, it's Norskow, it is Sullivan running 1, 2, 3, bumper to bumper. See what that looks like coming out of turn 4. Looks like we have a new leader, the 151 of Jeff Norskow now taking the lead. And a new second place runner now as Sullivan moves into second. Jeff Norskow in the lead. And we got a spin over in turn 4. That's Ricky Rogers in the 4W. And so far we're green. So far we're green. Now we're not green. All right, here we go. It's time to go racing. All right, they're side by side going into turn 3. Looks like TJ Sullivan in the 6 going to come out with the lead as he exits turn 4. Norskow holds second. Sierra Smith in the 22 is holding on to third. Out front, TJ Sullivan in the 6 with the lead over Norskow in the 151. He runs second. Running third is Sierra Smith in the 22. Chase Levin in the 15 has been moving up. We'll keep an eye on him. As TJ Sullivan pushed up kind of high over in turn 4, and that opens up the door for the 151 Norskow to take the lead. And once again, Tyler Gilpin having his challenges with turn 4, but he's away. He's still going. Another man with a big problem going through that turn is the 15 car, 11, but he's away and going as well. All right, here we have a challenge for the lead. Up front is Norskow in the 151. TJ Sullivan in the 6. He is right on his back bumper. As soon as they get past the 15 car, look for Sullivan to make a... Well, Sullivan going to hope to use the 15 as a block, but 15's on the high side. That's not going to work. All right, TJ Sullivan pulls up on the back of Norskow again, and a challenge for the lead. And once again, there's a slower car may play into this as the 88 of Alexis Hendricks lies ahead of our two leaders. And let's see how that plays out as they both try to get around the 88 car, and the 88 car kind of pushes TJ Sullivan high, but that works out for him as he now has the lead as Norskow had to stop and wait on the 88. And we have 2 laps to go as TJ Sullivan now has the lead and pulling away as Jeff Norskow having a hard time getting past the 88. White flag time, TJ Sullivan in the 6S. Second place is the 151 of Jeff Norskow. Here's your third place runner, the 15 of Chase Levin. We've got a checkered flag, and it is waiting on the number 6S of TJ Sullivan. All right, it's waving. Here's your winner, 6S TJ Sullivan. Second place, 151 Jeff Norskow. And third place, first time out in a Bomber 15. That is Chase Levin, the sticker store. All right, we're ready to do some racing. And here they come, your Sport Compacts. They're running. And they're not running very far. Oh, yes, they are. All right. All right, here we come. Let's do some racing. All right, it's Don Yoakum in the 17. He's away with the lead. We make it through the first lap, which has been a bit of a challenge so far tonight, but all the Sport Compacts make it around for at least complete one. All right, it's Yoakum in the 17 as we come to the start-finish line for lap 2. Second place, David Sheffield in the 14. Third place was Braden Becker in the 68. Looks like now working on the outside. GB Carter in the 77 running that rabbit up high. And it pays off for third place. About to pay off for second place. As GB Carter cuts it down inside the second place runner Sheffield, and he takes over second. Now he's got his sights set on the 17 of Yoakum. And once again, GB Carter looking high as we go through turn 4. Don Yoakum able to hold that. But not for long, as going through turn 2, we have a new leader. GB Carter in the 77 takes over the top spot. Don Yoakum falls to second place. Third place is David Sheffield in the 14. Braden Becker in the 68, though, is hanging in there tight in fourth. Looks like GB Carter came to race tonight as he is stepping it on out big time. Don Yoakum in the 17 has second spot. We have a new third place car now as the 68 of Braden Becker takes over third. And we got one way high up in turn 4. That is the 14 of David Sheffield. He's away and still rolling, and we're still running green. All right, it's GB Carter in the 77. 17, Don Yoakum running second. Third place is that car, Braden Becker in the 68. All right, it's all about GB Carter. Don Yoakum has second. Third is Braden Becker. But look like GB Carter come to run tonight. Bubba Ford in the truck, the 71, got about as close to the wall as you can get without hitting it coming out of turn 4, but he's still out there on the track and running hard. And the man running the hardest is going by right now, 77, GB Carter. Second place, Don Yoakum. Third place is Becker in the 68. All right, GB Carter out to a full straightaway lead over your second place runner right there, Don Yoakum in the 17. Third place is Braden Becker in the 68. All right, 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go in this Sport Compact feature. And I don't think there's any problem guessing who might win this one. 77 car, GB Carter gets the white flag. White flag now for your second place runner, the 17 Don Yoakum. And your third place car, the 68 of Brian Bryden. All right, here we go. Checkered flag, fall winner, 77 GB Carter. Flanagan's Bumper Shop, H-Star Special Banana Construction. That is the way they're scheduled to line up. Here they come. We're ready to do some racing. So here we go. All right, out front it's Marcus Maklicek in the 87. Right behind him is the 89C of Stephen Whitaker. Running third, the 56 of Brock Bowen. And Stephen Whitaker cuts it down to the inside, down the backstretch. It is Whitaker on the inside, Maklicek on the outside. And looks like Whitaker is going to make that work as he takes over first place coming out of turn 4. Maklicek moves to second, and Brock Bowen is your third place runner. All right, it's Stephen Whitaker in the 89. He has the lead. Second place, 87. Marcus Maklicek, third place. 56 of Brock Bowen. But Brock Bowen goes a little high coming out of turn 4, and that allowed the 38 of David Shurey to close up on his back bumper. All right, it's Stephen Whitaker in the 89. He's moving on out. Marcus Maklicek in the 87 holds second. Third is 56 of Brock Bowen. It continues to be your leader right here, 89, Stephen Whitaker. Second place is Maklicek in the 87, Brock Bowen in the 56, running third. All right, Stephen Whitaker pretty much has the race under control up front. Probably the only contested race right now is second place is Marcus Maklicek in the 87 trying to hold Brock Bowen in the 56 off. Bowen driving hard, but not quite able to catch Maklicek in the 87. All right, looks like Bowen has caught him now. Brock Bowen in the 56, looking on the inside of Marcus Maklicek as we go through turns 1 and 2. Looks like down the backstretch, Bowen's got the horsepower to take it over. Fighting back on the outside is the 87 of Marcus Maklicek. But it is Bowen who now has second place. Maklicek falls to third. Up front, it's all about Stephen Whitaker in the 89. All right, Maklicek trying to fight back on Bowen. Bowen has second place. That should be a good race. The race for the lead, not so good. All right, 2 to go, given to Stephen Whitaker as he rolls past the start-finish line. Here's your second place car, 56 Brock Bowen. Third place is 87 Marcus Maklicek. They got 2 laps to go. All right, white flag given to Stephen Whitaker that time by. There's the checkered flag. It's waving for 89, Stephen Whitaker. He takes first place. Second place goes to Brock Bowen in the 56. Third goes to 87, Marcus Maklicek. And that's the way we finish up.